I decided to sell my soul, and I remember just seeing like Stripe, like 2K just coming in, and what a rush, what a flood of dopamine. This was like an event. So many people were involved in it. It was pretty incredible, actually. That's a lot of money in 2024. If you look at those inflation rates and just the way the entire market has shifted since then, I would not be surprised if that 50K night in 2018 would be like a $200,000 night in 2024. The entire process, what it was, the product itself, basically giving you the entire playbook if you want to copy it. Back in 2016, when I first quit my corporate job, I was poor, obviously, because I quit my job at 20K in the bank, moved to Eastern Europe and said, hey, I'm going to figure it out. And I was running a blog at the time and it was slow. It was making like $500 a month. And then it got to like 1,000 and I was like, oh, I don't want to have to like move back in with my parents and go back home with my tail between my legs. So I said, I'm going to build some small sites, little niche websites, basically designed to rank in Google and then littered full of affiliate links. So the ones I was most successful at was in the dating and the supplement niche. So to give an example, it would be like one of them was Ukraine living. And I basically wrote a bunch of articles about living in Ukraine, dating in Ukraine, traveling to Ukraine, visas in Ukraine, and I put affiliate links in all the posts. So it'd be like how to date and marry a Ukrainian woman. It would then lay out all the steps to do that and then have a link like sign up for this dating site. Some of those paid really well. Some of them pay up to like $300 if you got someone to sign up, but that's not the point of this video. The point is that I found pretty good success doing those. I ended up building like 20 of them. And then I decided to sell my soul and I made a course on how to do it. It was called Pro Niche Site. And I sold that course starting in 2017. And that was actually how I made my first $10,000 launch. I sold the course for like $397. And when I launched it the first weekend, built it up to my email list, to my audience, my blog, had a few affiliate partners, and I did over $10,000. And that was like all in one weekend. And that was like a huge milestone for me at the time. I was only 25 years old, had just moved abroad about a year or so before and wondering if it was really a good idea to quit my 6-figure corporate job to take this on. So that was really cool to me that I was able to do that. And then I sold a variety of products back then. I sold a couple dating products, a couple other travel products, and I just rotated between them. I would just launch them with new things in them or new bonuses, and I would put it out. And then I got a message one day from someone who's actually become a very good friend of mine. His name's Josh. And he said, hey, I do webinar. Would you be interested in pursuing this? And I was like, I've never done this, but I know I can speak well and I can present and I can sell. So, why the hell not? And I think his fee to do it was like $100 just to make sure I was like being serious about it. And then of course, he would take a commission off of all the sales as well. I paid him his $100. He went to work like making this script and I really pumped it up. I went to all my friends that had big audiences. I said, hey, let's be affiliates on this. I, gave them, huge cuts of it all. And it basically on Twitter, it was like a huge community back then, back before, when Twitter was actually fun and didn't suck like it does now. Thanks, Elon. It was like the hype was like Kyle's niche site webinar. It's going to teach you how to make $1,000 passively with one simple website. And it just was like dozens of people talking about it and pushing it. And then the night of the actual webinar came and it was a lot of work to get ready for it. I had to do it at, I think 3 in the morning. Like we needed to do it at, I think 7 or 8 p.m. EST. So it was like 3 or 4 in the morning in Ukraine, my time, that I had to do this. I'd practiced so much with Josh because it needed to be scripted to take people through a story, a come up, the struggle, the success, and then to also show that they could have the success as well doing it. So it was scripted, but I needed to sound natural while doing it. I couldn't just totally go in and wing it like I do these videos. So I'd practice it probably 10 times with Josh, a lot of preparation, all the slides, well done, but casual in a way. Like they were not professionally done slides, silly little images on them. It didn't look professional, but it was designed to be that way. It was designed to be very casual to make people comfortable with me, like I was just talking to a friend. I remember, it was all hyped up, the webinar, everything. And I remember just sitting there at like 2 in the morning saying like, oh my God, I'm up so late. What am I doing? I'm just chugging Red Bull. No idea how this is actually going to go. And the moment with those webinars is when you open the doors and you start letting people in. And I did a few after that and they didn't go as well. So I know now how special that one was when, I don't know how many people it was, but it was probably 500 people poured into that room. And I was excited at that point. It's like, okay, I'm ready to perform. I'm ready to go. As in the future, when it was like, we had like 100 people or 50 people show up, then it was a total letdown. And I couldn't like muster the guts to really go for it. But with that, I was like, holy crap, we've got a chance to do this. And went through the webinar. You can find a million guides online on how to do that. Basically had 3 offers at the end. One was just the course itself, plus a bottle of Cello olive oil there because we had just launched that and we thought it would be cool to give that away as well and kind of build a fan base from that. So it was like $500 for the course, the community, and a bottle of that. You could then, for I think 1,000, get some one-on-one time with me and a few other things. And then the kicker was the $2,000 offering, which was that we would build the website for you. We would write your first 10 posts. We'd give your first 100 ideas, and you got a 3-pack of Cello Olive, and you got access to the community, and you got like, I think 5 hours of consulting time with me, knowing that most people would not really use them. Obviously, hourly, that would be breaking down pretty poorly if it was just that everybody was using all 5 hours, but we knew that probably wouldn't happen, so we went ahead and offered that. So that was a banging of a deal. Like, you see people selling stuff like that now for $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, like a similar package and access level. So, of course, I'm like, man, 2024, if we did this and could get it to pop off like this, like, God, how much money would we have made? Probably, like I said, I don't think it's unrealistic to say 200K, because people are selling the same exact thing worse for 4 or 5 times as much. Granted, the industries are way more saturated now, so we'd have a lot more competition and who knows. But yeah, it actually just blew up. We genuinely made over 50K that night. I remember just seeing like Stripe, like 2K just coming in, and what a rush, what a flood of dopamine to see all that just coming in. It was pretty incredible, actually. That's how we did it. I think it just goes to show what hyping something up and getting people on board and really pushing it and then being persistent really can do if you're doing like a launch style kind of thing. That's really missing these days in like the course and the creator community, the make money online scheme. Like, people aren't really doing these huge launches anymore with events. Like, maybe they are and I'm just not in tune with that. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I don't really see that on the level that I did it at. Like, it's more just constantly selling something, constantly updating it, constantly pitching. Whereas like this was like an event. So many people were involved in it. And I think it was really cool what we were able to pull off. Props to my friend Josh. Honestly, been great working with him on various things over the last 6 years since we did that. That's how we made 50K in a night. Anyways, this is one of many videos going on this month. We are doing 31 videos in 31 days in October, and it's going to end with the first of the 5 cities series videos. 5 cities in Eastern Europe that made a huge difference in my life, that took me from a 6-figure job, buying a one-way ticket, and building multiple multi-million-dollar companies, all while living out here in Eastern Europe, including Hire UA and Cello Olive. Hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. See you in the next video.